lots of people want to play a fighter, a lot of people want to play a wizard, but there's always been something like, I want a little bit of magic with me having a sword, having a longbow, just a little touch of magic, and that's what the Eldritch Knight gives you.
Yeah, and the Eldritch Knight is tapping into that exactly. It's meant to be not only there for the person who wants the fighter mage, but maybe even for somebody who played original D&D where elf was a class option that mixed spellcasting and martial ability. And that is exactly what the Eldritch Knight is. The Eldritch Knight retains, its core abilities from 2014, the spellcasting combined with the abilities of the fighter. And the Eldritch Knight in the quartet of classes, rather subclasses in the fighter, is the first of two, the other one being the Psi Warrior, that are for people who want the fighter mixed with something else.
Yeah.
So the champion and the battle master, they represent sort of the core fighter, but at different ends of the complexity spectrum. The Eldritch Knight and the Psi Warrior, they're instead on a different axis. They're about taking the core shtick of the fighter and combining it with, in the case of the Eldritch Knight, spellcasting, and in the case of the Psi Warrior, psionic power. And they give you two very different routes to follow, also mechanically, because the Eldritch Knight relies on spells mechanically, while the Psi Warrior relies on psionic energy dice and using unique abilities that are built into the Psi Warrior subclass. Now, in the Eldritch Knight, we've made several enhancements to take this popular subclass and make it even better. So one of the things that people will notice right away, if they've played the Eldritch Knight before, is we no longer have any School of Magic restrictions in the Eldritch Knight. The Eldritch Knight, as well as the Rogue's Arcane Trickster subclass, used to have School of Magic restrictions in them when it came to your spell selection, and we have removed the restrictions from both of those subclasses because we wanted you to have more freedom to build the type of warrior mage you wanted to build with the Eldritch Knight, or in the case of the Arcane Trickster, the type of rogue mage that you wanted to create. The Eldritch Knight also is helpful for the person who maybe does not want to dive into multi-classing, but again, wants a little bit of the chocolate mixed with their peanut butter.
Right.
That is the warrior mage. Now, in addition to that, we've also given the Eldritch Knight the ability to use an arcane focus, a detail that was missing in 2014. And then we've redesigned both War Magic and Improved War Magic. Previously, War Magic relied on you taking a bonus action to gain its benefit. Instead, you can now, with War Magic, take the attack action and replace one of your attacks with casting a cantrip. And then Improved War Magic, which also now does not rely on a bonus action, now lets you, when you take the attack action, replace two of your attacks to cast a level 1 or level 2 spell. So what this does is even better integrate the two parts of the Eldritch Knight's identity, their fighterliness and their spellcasting abilities, by taking the spellcasting abilities and really allowing them to take advantage of one of the fighter's main features relative to anyone else in the game, and that is simply the number of attacks that fighters get. Because fighters, with their extra attack feature, gain more attacks than anyone else in the game. The one exception being the monk. The monk does not get all their extra attacks through extra attack. Instead, it's through various unarmed strike shenanigans with their bonus action. And of course, it's the good kind of shenanigans. So this allows, in the Eldritch Knight, the ability for the fighter to integrate their spellcasting into the regular attack routine and then frees up their bonus action for other uses, so that it isn't being devoured by their subclass's main shtick.
The New Player's Handbook is available for pre-order right now on D&D Beyond. You can find that link in the video description. And you can also find the new Core Rulebooks bundle for pre-order, both physical and digital. Thank you so much for watching. We have a ton of video content coming out about the New Player's Handbook and all the new Core Rulebooks, the new Monster Manual, the new Dungeon Master's Guide. So be sure to check out all of that content. And thank you for watching.